What is up, guys? Big Cheese here with another video. Today's video is going to be my top 5 tips for beginners in Valheim. I've been playing this game a lot over the last few days since it dropped, guys. The game is absolutely unreal, but it's very challenging, so me and the guys decided to put together a video, top 5 tips for beginners that are going to help you out when you first get started. We're going to get right into the video now, guys. Before we do, if you do like the video, hit that sub button, hit that bell so you get live notifications when videos go up. Let's get into the video right now. Okay, guys, so tip number 1 is learn how to fight. You have to learn how to take care of yourself in Valheim because there are constant dangers out there trying to just absolutely destroy you and leave you running back for your loot naked through the woods like an idiot. So the first thing we're going to talk about is blocking. Hold down the right mouse button while holding the shield to block. It'll raise the shield up to block incoming damage. With enemies like this Grey Dwarf, it will block the entire amount of damage being dished out to you, but enemies bigger than that, like the trolls and other enemies you may come across later on, it will only block a percentage of the damage, if any. Next thing I'm going to talk about, guys, is the dodge roll. Now, the dodge roll is a very effective way of avoiding all incoming damage. Simply hold right on the mouse button, move in a direction you want to dodge roll in, and press the space bar. You'll dodge roll in that direction, avoiding the attack that is incoming to you. Now, an important thing to remember about the dodge roll is you don't have to dodge away from the attack necessarily. Notice how Luckles in this video is dodge rolling towards the enemy while the enemy attacks him. It's just like in the game Dark Souls. You dodge roll at the right time, the attack just doesn't hit you no matter what direction you're moving in. Obviously, there are advantages to dodge rolling behind an enemy while they attack because that gives you a chance to attack them from behind a couple of times before they can turn and face you, but you don't necessarily have to dodge roll away from or to avoid the actual attack. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is parrying. We chose to demonstrate parrying on a troll here just to show you that it doesn't have to be a small enemy you can parry. You can parry the bigger enemies like trolls if it's timed right. Just as the attack's about to hit you, hit that block button, so hit the right mouse button there to raise your shield just as the enemy attacks you. It will make them stagger like this troll does here, giving you plenty of opportunity to attack him a few times before backing off or before parrying again. Okay, guys, now that we've learned how to fight and take care of ourselves, we're going to move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is pretty simple. Hit some rocks. A quick and easy way to level up weapons that you haven't been using, or maybe even ones that you are. Find a nice quiet location, find a rock, and just hit it repeatedly until you get that level up. Okay, guys, we're now moving on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 from us is get some carts as soon as you can. The cart makes life so much easier for you. As you know, the inventory in Valheim is very small, it fills up really quickly, and when you're out and about, the last thing you want to be doing is running back to base to empty your inventory to run all the way back again. One thing we do advise, guys, is flattening out a path between where you're mining and your base to run the cart along. It can get difficult at times to run across hills with a full cart. You do get stuck sometimes and have to dig your way out. It's much simpler just to flatten out a path to where you're going for the cart and make sure you can get it back and forth smoothly. Okay, guys, moving on to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is get a campfire set up to get your rested buff back, no matter where you are. It doesn't cost much resources to get a campfire and a stove over it, and you get the meat on there cooking. You sit by the campfire by pressing X. The rested buff, which you can see at the top right hand corner of the screen there, will appear eventually, which means you are rested for that amount of time. Get more health while you're rested, you fight better, you run better, you do everything better while you're rested. So just get a campfire set up wherever you are. If you guys running low on health or whatever, it really helps. While we're here talking about campfires, quick tip about cooking the food, guys. Once you put food on the fire, it'll hiss once when it's ready. Be sure to take it off the fire before it hisses again, otherwise it will turn into charcoal. Charcoal is a useful material, but it's not what you want when you're out in the middle of the wild trying to get your guys' health back up. You cannot eat the charcoal. Actually, I haven't tried eating the charcoal, but I don't recommend it, even if you can. Okay, guys, moving on to tip number 5. It's one that I'm not seeing many people suggest, but it really helped us out. As you can see here, we created a storage unit with signs labeling all the chests. There's 4 or 5 of us now, no, 6 of us now, I think, on this server. So what we do is before we log out, we just dump all our resources in the allocated chest so that when people log on, if they need it, they can go grab it. This took a while to get this built, but it is 100% worth it, guys. Just build a hut here. If you want to know how to build the shelves, it's the smaller floors. Just build them halfway up there, and you can put chests up on top. You can have 2 rows of chests there. Really, really helpful tip here, guys. Yeah, being organized saves a lot of time in Valheim, especially when it comes to the resources. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope those tips help you out and save you some time and frustration that we definitely had to go through when we first started. If you did like the video, guys, hit the sub button, hit that bell, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. I'm streaming most days now throughout the week because I'm playing a lot of Valheim at the moment, so be sure to tune into the streams. Pop in the chat if you want any more advice on anything. Just ask us live in chat. We'll be playing. We'll be happy to help out, and I hope to see you guys there.